Today I want to talk about something that the world desperately misunderstands: beauty. Society shouts at us from every direction, telling us that beauty is in flawless skin, perfect hair, and a body that fits an impossible standard. But let me tell you something. Real beauty, true beauty, is not found in a mirror. It is found in the heart. We live in a world obsessed with appearance, where people chase after perfection that time will always take away. But the most gorgeous women in history were not simply admired for their looks. They were remembered for their light, their kindness, their strength, their grace. These are the qualities that make a woman truly beautiful. What does it mean to be a gorgeous woman? It is not just about how the world sees you. It is about how you impact the world. A gorgeous woman is one who carries herself with confidence, not arrogance. She walks with purpose, not pride. She loves deeply, forgives quickly, and stands firmly in truth. Do you want to know the true signs of a gorgeous woman? Stay with me, because by the end of this message, you will see beauty in a way you never have before. You will understand that it is not something you put on, but something that radiates from within. And when you embrace that truth, you will never again question your worth. So, listen closely, because true beauty is not found in the reflection, it is found in the soul. The world has long been fascinated with the idea of beauty. Billboards, magazines, and screens are filled with images of flawless faces and sculpted figures, selling an idea that beauty is something external, something to be achieved, something to be perfected. But no matter how much makeup is applied, how many trends are followed, or how many compliments are received, external beauty alone has never been enough to make a woman truly captivating. There is something deeper, something beyond the surface that separates the merely attractive from the truly gorgeous. A woman who is gorgeous in the truest sense does not find her worth in the reflection of a mirror, nor does she chase after fleeting standards that change with every passing season. Her beauty is not confined to her physical appearance, because it radiates from something far more lasting: her spirit, her character, her heart. While youth fades and appearances change, the essence of a woman remains, and that essence is what defines her beauty. No one remembers a woman simply because she was physically attractive. They remember the way she made them feel, the way her presence brought warmth, the way her words lifted hearts, and the way her kindness left an imprint on their lives. A woman with true beauty is not consumed with the approval of others, because she understands that beauty is not a performance, it is a presence. She does not strive to impress, she seeks to inspire. She does not manipulate with charm, she influences with grace. Her beauty is not fragile, dependent on the world's validation, but strong, rooted in something unshakable. She does not fear aging, because she knows that the best parts of her will only grow richer with time. Every wrinkle will tell a story of laughter, every silver strand will whisper wisdom, and every scar will be a testament to strength. There is something magnetic about a woman who knows that her beauty is not limited to what can be seen with the eyes. She carries herself with dignity, not vanity. She does not seek attention, yet she commands it effortlessly. She understands that real beauty is not about being noticed, it is about being remembered. The way she treats people, the way she listens with genuine interest, the way she lifts others instead of tearing them down. These are the qualities that make her truly gorgeous. When a woman walks into a room, her presence speaks before she ever says a word. A beautiful woman may turn heads, but a truly gorgeous woman turns hearts. Her beauty is not something that fades when the lights go out or when the makeup is washed away. It lingers in the minds of those she has touched, shaping their lives in ways they may not even realize. And long after the world has moved on from the latest trends, long after faces have changed and styles have evolved, the beauty of her spirit will remain. There is something undeniably radiant about a woman whose heart overflows with kindness. In a world that often values beauty based on appearance, it is kindness that sets a woman apart in a way that no amount of physical perfection ever could. The warmth of her heart shines through her eyes, her voice, and her actions, making her presence not just seen, but felt. Her beauty is not in how she looks, but in how she makes others feel. She carries within her a light that brightens the lives of those around her, a gentle strength that comforts the weary, and a grace that turns ordinary moments into something meaningful. Kindness is not weakness, it is a quiet power. A gorgeous woman understands that true beauty is not found in vanity, but in the ability to love without expectation, to give without demanding in return. She does not use kindness as a tool for recognition, but as an extension of who she is. It is in the way she treats those who have nothing to offer her, in the patience she shows when others are quick to anger, and in the way she sees the good in people, even when the world has labeled them as unworthy. Her kindness is not conditional. It is not reserved for moments when it is easy, nor is it given only to those who can reciprocate it. She knows that true kindness is tested in the difficult moments, in the way she responds to rudeness with grace, to cruelty with gentleness, and to betrayal with wisdom. She understands that beauty is most visible in the moments when she chooses to rise above bitterness, when she offers understanding instead of judgment, and when she loves not because it is deserved, but because her heart knows no other way. There is something rare and unforgettable about a woman who carries herself with kindness in a world that so often rewards selfishness. While many chase after beauty that fades, she cultivates a beauty that deepens with time. She does not seek to compete with others, but to lift them up. She does not need to tear others down to feel secure, because she knows that her worth is not diminished by the success or beauty of another. Instead, she celebrates, encourages, and inspires. She becomes a safe place in a world full of criticism, a source of comfort in times of hardship, and a reminder that goodness still exists. Her kindness is not loud, yet it is undeniable. It does not demand attention, yet it is impossible to ignore. It is the softness in her voice when she speaks to the brokenhearted, the gentle touch of reassurance she offers to those in pain, and the unwavering love she gives even when it is not returned. And in the end, it is this kindness that makes her truly unforgettable. Because long after beauty has faded and the world has moved on, the way she made people feel will remain, etched into their hearts like a lasting impression of true, timeless beauty. There is something undeniably captivating about a woman who walks with confidence, not the kind that is loud or boastful, but the kind that is unshaken because it is deeply rooted in something greater than appearance, status, or fleeting achievements. A gorgeous woman is not merely one who looks beautiful, but one who carries herself with the quiet assurance that she is enough. Not because the world says so, but because she knows it in her soul. Her confidence is not arrogance, for arrogance seeks to elevate self at the expense of others. But true confidence lifts, empowers, and inspires. A woman with confidence rooted in purpose does not measure her worth by the validation of others. She does not chase approval because she understands that external applause is temporary, but internal peace is lasting. She knows who she is, and that knowledge makes her unshakable. She does not seek to prove herself through material success or physical perfection, but rather through the strength of her character and the impact she leaves on the world. She is not threatened by the success of others because she walks in her own lane, focused on her own path. Her confidence is not found in comparison, but in conviction. This kind of woman is not easily swayed by trends, nor is she discouraged by the criticism of those who do not understand her vision. She listens, she learns, but she does not allow the voices of doubt to determine her direction. She does not shrink herself to make others comfortable, nor does she dim her light to fit into spaces that cannot contain her brilliance. She understands that confidence is not about demanding attention, but about carrying herself with dignity, knowing she was created for a purpose. Her confidence is not based on perfection because she knows that true confidence is not the absence of flaws, but the acceptance of them. She embraces her scars, her failures, and her imperfections, knowing that they do not define her, they refine her. She does not let fear stop her from stepping forward because she knows that courage is not the absence of fear, but the determination to move forward despite it. A woman who is confident in her purpose has a presence that is undeniable. She does not enter a room seeking to be noticed, yet she is impossible to ignore. Her words carry weight, not because they are the loudest, but because they are spoken with conviction. She does not need to manipulate or pretend, because her authenticity is her greatest strength. When she speaks, people listen, not because she demands it, but because she has something real to say. And in a world that constantly tries to define beauty by shallow standards, she stands as a reminder that the most gorgeous women are not those who merely look the part, but those who embody something greater: confidence, purpose, and an unwavering belief that they were meant to shine. A gorgeous woman is not defined by the way she looks, but by the strength of her character. In a world that often celebrates superficial beauty, it is the woman who stands firm in her values, who remains kind in the face of cruelty, and who refuses to compromise her integrity that shines the brightest. She is not swayed by popular opinion, nor does she allow the pressures of society to dictate who she should be. Instead, she walks with purpose, guided by principles that are unshakable. Her strength is not loud, yet it is undeniable. It does not demand recognition, yet it leaves an impact wherever she goes. A woman of strong character does not change with the wind. She does not seek to please everyone, because she understands that standing for something means sometimes standing alone. She has learned that true beauty is not about being admired, but about being respected. And respect is earned, not by mere words, but by the consistency of one's actions. She is trustworthy, honest, and unwavering in her commitments. She does what is right even when no one is watching, even when it is difficult, and even when it comes at a cost. Her strength is not found in dominance, but in self-control. She does not allow anger to dictate her responses, nor does she use manipulation to get her way. Instead, she carries herself with grace, knowing that true power is not in forcing others to bend to her will, but in inspiring them to rise to a higher standard. She does not gossip, belittle, or tear others down because she understands that real beauty is found in the way she treats people. Even in moments of disagreement, she chooses respect over pettiness, wisdom over impulsiveness, and dignity over retaliation. This woman has faced hardships, yet she has not been broken by them. She has known disappointment, betrayal, and failure, yet she has allowed each trial to shape her rather than destroy her. She does not play the victim, nor does she dwell on the unfairness of life. Instead, she takes what she has learned and uses it to grow, to strengthen others, and to move forward with greater wisdom. She does not fear challenges because she knows that strength is forged in adversity. Her resilience is not just in surviving, but in thriving, in using her experiences to become even more grounded in who she is. She is the kind of woman people turn to for guidance, not because she has all the answers, but because she has lived through struggles with grace and come out stronger. She does not seek validation from the world because her sense of worth is already firmly established. She does not need to prove herself because her life itself is proof of who she is. And in a world that often mistakes beauty for perfection, she stands as a reminder that the most gorgeous women are not those who have never fallen, but those who have risen again and again, with strength, grace, and unshakable character. A truly gorgeous woman is not only seen, she is felt. The impact of her presence is not just in her appearance, but in the way she speaks, the way she moves, and the way she carries herself in moments both great and small. She understands that beauty is not only in how she looks, but in the words she chooses, the kindness she extends, and the grace she embodies in every interaction. While the world may praise charm, she values wisdom. While others may use words carelessly, she speaks with intention, knowing that her words have the power to build or destroy, to heal or to wound. She does not waste her breath on gossip, nor does she use her voice to belittle or humiliate. Instead, she speaks with kindness, with truth, and with a tone that uplifts rather than tears down. Even when she must correct or confront, she does so with dignity, never lowering herself to the level of cruelty or pettiness. Her beauty is in her ability to express herself with confidence without arrogance, to speak wisdom without being others feel small. When she talks, people listen, not because she demands attention, but because her words carry weight. But her grace is not only in what she says, it is in how she moves through life. She does not rush to anger, nor does she hold onto bitterness. She knows that there is strength in gentleness, power in patience, and dignity in self-revenge. When she is wronged, she does not seek revenge, but chooses to respond. She knows that carrying resentment only burdens the heart, and so she releases what she cannot change. Not because she is weak, but because she understands that true strength is found in the ability to let go and rise above. She is gracious in her victories and humble in her successes. She does not seek to outshine others, but rather to bring light wherever she goes. She listens more than she speaks, and when she does speak, her words carry meaning. She does not act out of impulse, nor does she allow emotions to control her actions. Instead, she moves with purpose, making choices that reflect her values rather than her fleeting feelings. Even in the simplest of moments, how she treats a stranger, how she reacts under pressure, how she handles criticism. Her grace is evident. She does not need to prove her worth through loudness or control, because her quiet confidence speaks for itself. She does not walk through life with entitlement, but with gratitude, recognizing that every moment is an opportunity to reflect the kind of beauty that never fades. And while the world may celebrate those who speak the loudest, she stands apart, showing that true elegance is found not in dominance, but in the quiet power of a woman who walks with grace in both speech and action. There is an unmistakable glow about a woman whose spirit shines from within. It is not merely in her smile or the way she carries herself, but in the energy she brings into every space she enters. She does not chase attention, yet she is noticed. She does not demand admiration, yet she is deeply respected. The source of her beauty is not external, but something far deeper, something unshakable, something eternal. Her presence is like light in a dark room, a warmth that comforts, a hope that inspires. She does not seek to impress, she seeks to impact. And in doing so, she becomes truly unforgettable. A gorgeous woman is one whose spirit radiates joy, peace, and a deep love for life. She does not need perfect circumstances to be happy, nor does she allow hardships to steal her light. She understands that beauty is not found in a flawless life, but in a heart that chooses to shine, even in the midst of storms. She is not blind to the struggles of the world, yet she refuses to be consumed by negativity. She carries hope, not because she has never known pain, but because she has walked through it and emerged stronger. Her light is not self-serving. It is a gift to those around her. She is the kind of woman who lifts others with her words, who encourages without expectation, and who gives without seeking recognition. She sees the good in people even when they cannot see it in themselves. She does not allow the darkness of the world to change her. Instead, she brings light into the spaces that need it most. Whether through a kind word, a compassionate act, or simply by being present, she makes a difference. This kind of woman does not let the opinions of others dictate her worth. She does not shrink to fit into the mold society has created for her. She understands that her beauty is not determined by trends or approval, but by the love, kindness, and truth that flow from within her. She stands firm in who she is, unafraid to be different, unafraid to walk her own path. She does not compete with others because she knows that her light does not dim when another shines. It only grows brighter. There is something timeless about a woman whose spirit reflects light. Her beauty does not fade with age because it is not built on something temporary. It is in the way she carries herself, in the kindness she extends, in the peace that surrounds her. She does not seek perfection, but purpose. She does not seek to be admired, but to make an impact. And long after her physical beauty fades, the glow of her spirit will remain, lighting the way for others to follow. A gorgeous woman is not simply one who pleases the eye, but one who touches the soul. She is more than her reflection in the mirror. She is the kindness in her heart, the strength in her spirit, the confidence in her walk, the grace in her speech, and the light she carries wherever she goes. Her beauty is not fragile, dependent on fleeting youth or changing trends. It is enduring, rooted in the depth of her character and the way she impacts the world around her. Such a woman does not chase after validation because she knows her worth is not defined by others. She does not allow hardship to steal her joy because she understands that true beauty is not in living a perfect life, but in rising with grace through every trial. She is unshaken by criticism, unwavering in her purpose, and unstoppable in her pursuit of what is good, true, and lasting. When all is said and done, the world will not remember her for the perfection of her features, but for the warmth of her presence. They will not recall the clothes she wore, but the love she gave. They will not speak of how she looked, but of how she made them feel. Because real beauty, the kind that never fades, never loses its brilliance, is not found in appearance, but in the soul of a woman who walks in strength, speaks with wisdom, and shines with a light that can never be dimmed. And so, to every woman listening, remember this: your beauty is already within you. Nurture it, protect it, and let it shine, not just for yourself, but for the world that so desperately needs it.